Good evening, Chair. Thank you very much, and good evening, Nigerians.
Thank you so much. Let's begin. You assumed office, and you came with your assumption of office also came with a lot of controversy, because there are those who thought were interpreting the law in different ways, and the EFCC asked about whether or not you are fit for office and what the law says and whatnot. But you assumed office, and you said you have your eyes clear on the goal. You know what you wanted to do. You know what the EFCC should do. You've been in the EFCC before, and coming now as a chairman, you set high targets for yourself. Would you say that the EFCC has come up or meet up expectation? And can you give us like a summary of what the EFCC has looked like under your watch?
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you, Nigerians. Upon my appointment and assumption of office in October 2023, I sat with my team and we reviewed the activities of EFCC over the past 18 years then. And we arrived at the conclusion that going forward, we must build on some foundations that have been laid. We must review certain areas of the operations of EFCC in order to fully achieve our mandate. But I tell you, it's been quite challenging and quite eventful as well. So we settled down, we introduced some reforms, having been part of the system as Chief of Staff and as Secretary to the Commission. And I can tell you what we saw in our result in year 2024 was a product of the reform we introduced. We introduced some institutional reforms to our processes, our procedures, and we came to a conclusion that, look, this work of anti-corruption is not just about making noise, it's about harming people, it's about impact. And one of the things we agreed was to use the instrumentality of this work to stimulate the economy. And if you follow the trajectory, if you follow the way we have been handling our investigations and prosecutions, you will understand that surely that is the path we had followed in the last 1.5 years. So by and large, we settled down, we introduced reforms to our operations, reforms to our processes. We looked inwards, areas where we needed to firm up, areas where we needed to let our people know that the fight against corruption is no joke, and let our people know that governance is a serious business. And so we settled down.
Those have you caught, weeded out, or taken out of the system?
Thank you very much, Sean. People have accosted me so many times asking this kind of question. And now it's important for us that if you are going to, for me as a person and for all my comrades in EFCC, that if you are going to fight corruption, you must fight it from the position of integrity. Because without integrity, corruption fighter, you don't have anything. And so we sank that into the mind of every operative in the FCC. And we look into records. We look at the cases of those who have pending disciplinary cases and those who have committed one infraction or the other, ranging from corruption to gross misconduct. And we came up with those cases and we set up our disciplinary committee. And they found quite a number of them culpable, about 27 of them. We reviewed it and we agreed that those people should leave the system. And I believe Nigerians knew that that was exactly what we did. And we didn't stop at that. There are so many pending cases that we are still working on. And as we begin to take the actions and apply sanctions as well, Nigerians will know how far we have gone. But so far, I think that we've been able to weed out about 27 people that we found their character not worthy of being part of this crusade. Thank you.
Now, has that in any way helped you to refocus? Because it was as though some of these bad eggs are a major problem to the progress of the EFCC. And it also comes on the heels of those who criticize the EFCC, that there are those who collect bribes, and when EFCC arrests people, there are ways you bribe your way through, and you can dodge prosecution so far you can bribe people. And there are those who believe that in the EFCC there are selective prosecution. And there are those who say, if you write a petition to the EFCC, if you don't go and work it on the inside, it might not work through. As that fixed the system, because you came and you said you wanted to do a lot of reforms. And I know a lot of Nigerians will agree with you that there is a lot of rot within the EFCC when you assume office.
Thank you very much, Chun. And like I said earlier, and I'm still going to allude to what I said, that will review those cases. Now, I won't sit here and tell you that so far that we've done, everybody has become a saint in the EFCC. There is no time. That day will never come that everybody will be a saint. People working in the EFCC are human beings. They are not spirits. So there will be this propensity for some people to misbehave, for overzealousness and all of that stuff. But the promise I made to Nigerians is as soon as we discover all characters, we will do something about them in line with our processes and in line with our regulations, in line with law. And that's exactly what we have done. Now, by that, you'll see some measure of a discipline on part of our operatives now, perhaps more than before. You'll see some measure of commitment on part of our operatives, perhaps more than before. You'll see some measure of awareness that, look, EFCC is a creation of law. And so if we are going to survive and we are going to deliver on our mandate, we must also operate within the confines of the law. And so we have sunk that into the mind of all our operatives. And I can assure you, for me, I may not be able to judge, but for those people who, let me please, patronize the services of EFCC, people have been writing petition and all of that, if they will be fair to the commission, they will attest to the fact that things have changed, particularly to members who perhaps are not people who perhaps are not members of the political party, or the ruling party rather, will be unfair to us and will be an injustice on our part. And I need to say this to Nigerians, with every sense of humility. My mandate is, if I discover you have stolen money, you will have questions to answer. Whether you are of APC, or you are of PDP, or you are of Labour Party, or you are of NPP, or you are of SDP, if a member of APC has stolen money, you will have case to answer. If a member of PDP has stolen money, it's like sandpaper, it won't digest in your tummy. You will have case to answer. And so irrespective of your political affiliation or alienation, it is our duty to make sure that we do the right thing. And so for us, the issue is, have you committed an offense, allegedly committed an offense? Have we discovered issues that you need to answer for? That is what drives our processes. That is what drives our action. And so our political, I don't belong to any political party. And to the best of my knowledge, we have not been influenced to do our work in such a way that is against our mandate or the process of law. And so that is what has guided our actions.
A very popular member of the APC has won.
Oh, Bob, you don't hear now. How was the interview with the EFCC chairman? Look at your day. You see, it's our man for showing the interview, our EFCC chairman for the letter that I into the fight corruption. Now, in the letter, they know, so whether you be member of APC, you be member of PDP, you be member of Labour, or AMPPO, he say they are not partisan in fighting corruption, but we know say they are that one a lie. Say they are not partisan in fighting corruption because they ask about the staff of EFCC. Say staff of EFCC, they are corrupt. Say they are more corrupt. Now in the letter, no say people may work for EFCC not be spirit. Say people they work for the staff, they are human beings. So that there can easily be bad eggs in the system. So when they come into office, it officials almost 30 personnel and staff of EFCC made a fancy they corrupt. He made sure say he fire all of them for the system. And they let us know. Shemusi asked a lot of questions, maybe say you don't watch just now. They can say answer about this CBEX. Say was not aware that the CBEX is operating in Nigeria. Till the scheme and the Ponzi scheme crash before the EFCC, they are aware say Ponzi scheme, they are they Nigeria maybe say it crashed and a lot of Nigeria don't invest money for inside, in which they don't arrest some people and then they find a lot of persons maybe see that they involved for the CBEX scam. You understand? Now in the year for the EFCC chairman, and they see, as I said, by your integrity also, whether he did worthy for him to hold that post as the EFCC chairman. A lot of questions that was asked by showing to him. You understand? He said that we go on, the fight against corruption is not a joke. He said that we go all out and fight corruption. You understand? He said that we go all out and fight the corruption. You see, people working in the EFCC are not human beings, they are human beings. You understand? So, you hear that your summation, they ask a lot of questions. So, we hope he can fight corruption because drama they see so. You know they arrest politicians. You know, so now all the Yahoo boys that they arrest. Yahoo boys. And they take the cash cruise. And when they arrest the Yahoo boys now, all of them will plead guilty. So you hear everything they talk for there. So now the interview by the EFCC chairman, a lot of people they blast them. Go comment section with different blogs that they blast themselves. So for the comment section, what to be your own? As the EFCC chairman, since he resumed office, has he done well or not? The comment section, tell us.